Yeah.
I've talked to a lot of people that are like, how do I do more in the music business? And one of the first things I say is get a recording rig at home. And a lot of people are averse to that and they don't want to do it. But I'm talking to you. And if I call you today and I say, hey, can you put a track on this? You kick it back to me in a couple hours.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because I only started that after the TV show closed. And I'm not at your level, but I did 15 albums using GarageBand, okay? It's not at your level for sure, but I got great reviews. Everybody loved it. The ones at the Grammys, nobody was complaining. And that's a pretty simple process with GarageBand.
Yep.
You don't have to really be a genius.
Like if I needed a track from you, I don't have to wait for you to book time in an available studio and then pay, $100 an hour to that studio for you to be there. And then the tracks. Now it's literally the same day. If you want to be in that business and you want to get the work and you can do what you're doing right now, you're going to get work.
Man, I tell you, I have this Hollywood agent, right? He sends me an email. He said, I need this for a film or TV and I need it by tomorrow or next, 2 days, 3 days. That's how fast he needs it. And I get it to him in 2 or 3 days,
Well, that's important nowadays. Like if you can't do that, you're less like you. I mean, that doesn't mean you're not great, and that doesn't mean you're not capable. It just means your phone's not going to ring as much.
But you don't have, let's say in your business, from what I noticed, you don't really have those kind of time constraints, right? You're never in a rush, are you?
Every day.
Really?
Here's an example.
I don't see how you can do it because I see how particular you are on it being right. You spend a lot of time on getting it right.
I have a disease that way, for sure.
I was thinking of starting a new company called Good Enough Productions.
I have a buddy that I write with, and I have been for 30 years on and off. And he was in the studio and he did this thing and I was like, hey, or he said, what do you think? And I was like, oh, it's pretty good. He's like, well, is that what we're going for? Are we going for pretty good? And I'm like, no, let's do it again. So we recut it, pretty good.
Wow.
In your world though, Glenn, man, pretty good is really freaking good. So your chops are not needing a ton of work. It's just a matter of tweaking it.
Let's be honest. The music is really what counts. I mean, in the old days, Beatles, I don't care who you're talking about, there was plenty of recordings that weren't at the level of today, but it didn't matter. The music was what made it happen.
When you say music, you mean the song, the
song and the playing. I mean, like there's some scratched 78s I'd rather listen to than what I hear today in jazz, So there wasn't always that kind of technology.